Hi everybody, it's Melissa here, Friendly Crochet Creations. I wanna I guess do this 10 non-yarny things about me. And I wasn't exactly tagged, but some people just tag everybody. So I did that one, and then somebody said, well, if I known you would want to do it, I would have tagged you. But I didn't really know if I wanted to do it, but I think I will. And I'm going to start with something really big. And I think I have some other big stuff here towards the end. But my first one are my relations. I am related to the first president and only president of Texas. Okay. I was born here in Texas. I raised here in Texas. I know, I've always lived here in Texas. I'm related to Sam Houston. He is not a grandfather. So he's not a I am not a direct descendant, okay, but I am a niece. So he's like one of my great, 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 great uncles, right? So that's really interesting. And one city in Texas, there's a city that's spelled almost like my last name, and it is not a coincidence, okay? That it was how we used to spell our last name, the Bivins, Bivens, Texas. And the story is these brothers, there's a set of brothers, okay, they had a fight, and I guess one split off from the family or something, and he changed the last I to E, so now it's Bivens. So that's a little story there. Thought that might be a little interesting for you. And I'm somewhat of an instrumentalist. I'm not into it like I used to. Like in high school and right out of high school, I can still sing a little bit. I never sang in high school, um, but I did sing in the church choir for a while. Um, I played the flute in band, but before that, I played the piano when I was a little bitty. I took piano lessons, but I think I felt like I was forced into that in gymnastics, and that's probably why I didn't want to do it anymore. Um, it was just not, it didn't appeal to me, right? But we've always been like a singing family or a musical family. I know my cousins, they sing, and my grandparents next door used to have a piano. Although while they lived in the house, they had the piano, and our band, our school also had what we call a jazz band, but when we went to state competitions and any other competitions with UIL, we had to call it an experimental band. So, my brother was no longer using his saxophone, and flutes aren't really in jazz band that much. So, yeah, I played his saxophone. They let me do that. And while I was playing the flute without the saxophone, they would also let me do the auxiliary percussion or had me do that so I could have something to do. And I did that and I loved it. Um, I was also the uniform manager, the very first one um, in high school. It was during my senior year. So that was the only way, that's the only time I could have done it, and two of my friends were my helpers. And I always tried to do solo ensemble contests with my flute every time we went. Not just the concert band and not just the marching band, but I went on my own and with friends and did those things, and we got ones and twos. That's we were really, really great. Um, but number three, I really love to substitute teach. There was a while where I could not do that. I like to do that, and I've also been an aide at a different school, and I really like that. For some reason, I wanted to be a veterinarian when I was in junior high. I have no idea, because medical stuff like that makes me sick. It grosses me out. I cannot stand if someone was to bring in a snake. I would just freak out, scream, holler, and everything would just go crazy. So yeah, I can't do that. Some animals I just can't deal with. Okay, I love my animals and stuff, but my dogs, my cats, I love the lambs that I raised and stuff like that. I wanted a cow, for 4-H and stuff, but I couldn't do that. But I love my lambs and I miss them very much, and all the animals that I've lost too. But anyways, I love teaching. And I was also a substitute teacher and a regular teacher at a daycare here locally, and I love that. And I think what I really want to do is be a psychologist, maybe like a child psychologist, because I still want to work with kids. I love kids, so I want to go all out on that and do a PhD, because I think I probably can do that. But right now, as I stand, I am like junior/senior, depending on what college counts what credits, because I've been through several different colleges, and I finally got a paralegal associate's degree, you guys. Okay, so I have an associate's degree and it's been paralegal. All right. Number 4. You might pass judgment on me on this one, but please don't. Um, I'm not gonna hate you if you're not like me, like on this one, or if you're different than me. I'm not gonna do that. But I became a Christian while I was at church camp. Okay, they didn't baptize me till I came back and I spoke with the preacher. But I did that. I love church camp. I love doing that. We also went skiing later on, when we were in high school, and so we did that. And um, I really, really liked that. We went to Colorado skiing. Oh, we actually went skiing with the regular band too. That was an awesome thing. Even though the bus I was on got stuck because of the it was a standard. The other one was an automatic. This one was standard. We had to get out of the water. But anyways, I became a Christian at church camp when I was very young, and I am very devoted to my God. And I won't preach to you. I promise that if you want to talk about it, we'll try to do my best and talk about it. I have never been married, but I do have 2 children, and they are both from different fathers. And they do not live here in Texas, so I do not get child support. Yeah, they both live in Mexico, and they do not live with me anymore. They live with my brother. So I hoped one day to get my house situated and they can come back before they move out on their own from my brothers. So thus saying, every time I've been in a relationship lately, I've been getting closer and closer to getting married. I was so close. Okay, so this ties into something that I did lately to crochet, so I won't mention it until later. I promised somebody that I would talk about that soon and put it on a video, and I will. And I haven't been able to do that video yet. I did 4 videos already, and like in the last, I guess, 6 days, I've posted 2 of those, and they've been taking 3 days each for some reason. I don't know why exactly, but that was number 5. So let's move on that. I'll get a regular one done, and maybe even might be 2 in 1 or something, so it may be long. But number 6, I'm not really a book reader. I can read a book. I've not actually read the Bible from cover to cover. My mom, without being a Christian, she read it from cover to cover. Okay, so she's one up to me on that one, right? But I'm reading it, and I'm almost done with it. And so I'm reading it a little bits at a time, and I want to soak it in. Um, I've read more books this last year in 2018 than ever. And when I start one, I can't hardly stop it, even if it's 1,000 pages. Like, even sometimes if it's not really even that interesting, I'll read it for a while, and then if it doesn't pick up pace, and if the plot's boring, I may not read it, but I usually do. I usually want to see what's going on no matter what. Okay, so it's really hard for me to get started. I'll check out books from the library, books and books and books, and say, I want to know this, I want to read this, but I have so much stuff to do here, it's just, I can't focus a lot of times. And if I'm like having a dry spell in crochet, or I've lost my, oh, what do we call it? I forgot. My mojo, my crojo, you know, I'll sit down and read or do something else. And, you know, it's a good time for me to clean too, of course. Do housework, do yard work, you know, that sort of thing. But, yeah, it's usually hard for me to get started, you know, reading, just like it's hard for me to get started with writing. But, and sometimes even during reading, I get, I don't know where I can't read sometimes. Number 7, I love watching football, especially my Cowboys, and I know they did pretty good this year, but I haven't, you know, caught up, been able to catch up with them because of my television situation here. But I know I can probably catch up with it on YouTube, but I'm trying to catch up with you guys, and I'm like really behind. I'm like 6 days behind, so I'm trying to catch up. And number 8, I have a tattoo, only one. It's a pink rose with like a purple background, and it's got green leaves. I'm gonna try to put this one as the thumbnail on this video, so you probably saw it. You probably recognize it as a tattoo. I'm not sure. It's very pretty, and I'm very proud of it. I know Christians aren't supposed to do that. You know, we're not supposed to have piercings. I do have 2 piercings in each ear, and that's the only piercings I have. And I have 1 tattoo, and I do want 1 more. I want a Tigger, a bouncing Tigger. But I don't know what happened to my other artist. He did a great job, like really, really wonderful. And also not related to Avon, there it is. To yarn is Avon. I sell Avon. I've sold it twice before. And you can find me online if you look me up under Melissa Bivens. Or I believe it's I'll have to check it up, check on it. It's www.myavon.com/mbivens. So Mbivens. And number 10, this is pretty exciting too. I've actually met a wrestler. Okay, this is a story. I was visiting my cousins, and on mom's side, and we went to the hospital for some reason. I'm not sure who was there. Okay, but me and my athletic cousin went to the cafeteria, and there was one of the Von Erichs. And I'm like, oh my God. And this is the time when I was watching wrestling, you know. And then something turned me off of it later on, but especially after Oliver Onyx died, right? But the reason why he was there is he was visiting, you know, one of his other brothers. And you know, he was just there to eat in the cafeteria, you know, he was hungry, of course. But of course, I was flabbergasted. I could not talk, okay? And my cousin, she's, you know, very athletic, and she's very outgoing, and she was talking with him. And so I just could not say a word. I could not think, you know, and I was just listening. And so I was there with him, you know, we met him and stuff. And I guess that about does it. I'm really upset that they committed suicide, you know. There's only one of them left. And I hope he's doing well, and I'm sure he misses his brothers. But you know, anyway, I wish I could have been able to talk then. But it was a really great thing to meet a famous person. And I've seen Richard Gere from afar. It wasn't a good time for me to go over there and talk to him. I was at work, you know, so I was like, wow, you know, I was working at the mall at that time. So those are my 10 non-yarny things. And I'm really not sure of who to tag. The only one that I know that hasn't done it is Dizzy. And she's busy moving. So Dizzy, Stitches, Desiree, I tag you, okay? You're officially tagged to do one of these things. If you don't, I won't get my feelings hurt. But everybody wants to hear from you, okay? And 10 on yarny things with you. And then Anu and Bella Coco. I'm not sure if they would do that, but I tag y'all too. And Jada, I'm not sure if you would be interested in doing the 10 non-yarny things with us, but if you would, please do. And if you don't, it's all right. Yards of Yarn and Red Gingerbread, if y'all want to. If y'all have y'all's channels, y'all are tagged too. And thank you too for subscribing to my channel. And I guess that about does it for now. And I hope to have a regular video episode up for y'all soon. And like I said, I have 2 more videos coming to you real soon too. So I'm going to try to get this one up in between, you know, these 4. So you'll have something to watch for a while. And try not to make it so long in between videos. And y'all have a great week. And happy crafting and crocheting and all that.